I don't have a clapboard. All right, let's go. Okay. That was wild. And it's that exact series of videos that has turned me into a believer in aliens. So, now let's reel it back in for a few minutes to something a lot more believable. And honestly ask yourself, what scares you more, the feds or the grays or the tall whites? Honestly, if this dude is right, I'm seriously worried about what the next 4 years are gonna look like and what comes after it.
Hey everyone, my name is John Ferguson. I'm the CEO of Saxon Aerospace here in Wichita, Kansas. I'm not normally a TikTok kind of a guy. I like watching this stuff every once in a while. But I'm a manufacturer of unmanned aircraft, military grade unmanned aircraft, as you can see one of my systems here. There's all of these mysterious drones going on off the East Coast, and as a professional, as a subject matter expert, I wanted to give you all my opinion on what I think could be going on with these drones. I don't particularly believe that these have a nefarious intent. I could be wrong, but I want to give you the truth and what I believe. It's my own opinion, and I've not bounced this off of anybody, so, you know, if you think it's bullshit, whatever, that's cool. You know, I don't want to spread misinformation, as we know that there's a lot of that going around. But anyway, back in the 1980s, Ronald Reagan had dismantled the nuclear program, and there were, with Russia, there were countless nuclear missiles that were disarmed and disposed of. Well, there were over 80, I believe. There were over 80 nuclear warheads that were in Ukraine that came up missing. Okay? We don't know where they are. Maybe somebody does, but nobody really knows where these are. And I speak with some pretty high-level government officials on this stuff, and it seems as though that is the case. So I spoke to a gentleman a few months ago who was trying to raise an alarm to the highest levels of our government, which they had their ears closed, about this one particular nuclear warhead that he physically put his hands on. He physically touched this warhead that was left over from Ukraine. And he knew that that thing was headed towards the United States. Okay? That is a very serious deal. And everyone knows that the United States government, this administration, is pushing to get into a war with Russia. We all know that. We all feel it. We all see it. Okay? Well, back up a few years. Do y'all remember when those drones were mysteriously flying across the Interstate 70 corridor from Colorado up into Nebraska, down here into Kansas, and out into Missouri? Well, it was believed that those drones were looking for radioactive material because there had been some material that came up missing here in the United States, and they felt like it was high probability that the nuclear or the radioactive material would be taken along the Interstate 70 corridor heading east or west or south. So from what we understand, they were out there trying to find this radioactive material. Now, drones, they have no reason to be in the air at night unless you're doing some type of ISR work, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, looking for bad guys, or looking for a victim, a search and rescue victim, or law enforcement, or some type of military project, right? There's no reason for a drone to be flying at night, really, okay? Because they don't see shit. So, unless you have thermal optics, drones really don't see stuff. You need to do mapping during the day. If you're going to do farming stuff, you mostly do it during the day. The only reason why you would ever fly an aircraft, an unmanned aircraft at night, is if you're looking for something, whether it be a person or trying to smell gas. We have methane gas detection systems that can detect gas leaks in pipelines. You really wouldn't use thermal optics for trying to find gas leaks, just simply because the only way you're actually going to find a gas leak with thermal optics is if the gas leak is aggressive enough that it has a difference in temperature. Because thermal imaging, it creates a digital image based off the temperature variance. So whatever is different in temperature, it creates an image. Usually gas leaks so slow that it goes quickly into ambient before you can even see it. So we have special sensors that can detect gas leaks. We also have special sensors that can detect radioactive material. So with this gentleman that I had spoken with, who was trying to raise the alarm to try to get somebody in the government to say, hey, we need to work together to go try to find this nuclear warhead, none of that ever happened. They knew that warhead was on its way to the United States. That's all that ever came of it. Nothing ever happened. This government did not do anything at all to help this gentleman raise the alarm and raise awareness that there is a very deadly weapon on its way to the United States. It's out there. Nobody knows where it's at now. It left Europe. Now it's gone. So my own guess, is that these drones are not nefarious in intent. If they are, they are, but I doubt it. But if they are drones, the only reason why they would be flying that low is because they're trying to smell something on the ground. That's it. There's no other reason for a drone to be flying in the air other than to piss a bunch of people off at night. That's it. So, my belief is they're trying to smell something on the ground. Gas leaks, radioactive material, whatever. So, and do I think that they're coming up out of the ocean? No, I don't think so. Drones that are multi-copter type drones, not the fixed wing aircraft that look like regular airplanes, but the multi-copters, they only have so much battery life. They have hybrid versions that are gas powered with electric, but those can still only fly for a short period of time. There's no way in hell that any drone is going to go miles off the coast as a multi-copter and fly into the interior of the United States and do a bunch of work and then turn around and fly back. It's just physics will not allow that to happen. So these drones, I believe, are launched from a location that nobody knows, but I do believe that they're flying low enough that they're just trying to sniff the ground and try to find something. So again, I hate to be a pessimist or a guy that thinks directly to the negative. However, I know as a professional, I mean, we build professional stuff for the military. I believe that they're actually out there trying to smell something that's very important. So anyway, let me know what you think of this video. I'm not trying to gaslight. I'm not trying to scare people. I'm just trying to let people know that this is a serious deal. It's only serious for what the potential could be, or for what the potential is. There's a lot of them out there. They're flying all over. They're flying low. They're flying at night. There's no reason for it other than to smell something. So anyway, God bless. I hope you all have a wonderful Merry Christmas, and let me know what you think of the video. Thank you.
How often do you see a normal dude standing in his normal dude room in front of his gigantic normal guy American flag with a full-size normal guy military drone behind him? Totally normal, right? Or does the guy look pretty damn credible. This is super concerning. And for all the downplaying that the media is doing right now, I haven't seen this clip anywhere but Telegram. So send my video to your homies and share this timestamp with them. I do not know where else you can find this video. Now, back to weird sightings. This one is claimed to be credible. When I sifted through the comments, no one was calling it out as CGI, which is the first thing I always look for with UFO videos. In the video, it says, drone filmed up close, changes shape and becomes a conventional helicopter. Bruh, what is this? We gotta stop these evil machines. From ABC News, side note, how's it feel losing $1 million, Georgie boy? From ABC News, East Coast residents and lawmakers are again demanding answers after another slew of drone sightings in the region. With the origins of the alleged craft still unclear. The FBI and the Department of Homeland Security have deployed infrared cameras and drone detection technology to ensure the drones flying over New Jersey and New York area aren't harmful, according to a law enforcement source. The agencies are also looking at social media and other photos to determine what exactly is in the photos. Most of the photos and video depict manned aircraft, according to a law enforcement source. It's like earlier in the episode, patting themselves on the backs for rolling out dystopian surveillance technologies on us, and then turning around like, nothing to worry about either. The levels of gaslighting the public under the Biden admin is unfathomable. And here's what the man in orange had to say about it.
Can you comment on the drones that are flying around New Jersey ports? It seems like the American people have a big disconnect.
The government knows what is happening. Look, our military knows where they took off from. If it's a garage, they can go right into that garage. They know where it came from and where it went. And for some reason, they don't want to comment. And I think they'd be better off saying what it is. Our military knows and our president knows. And for some reason, they want to keep people in suspense. I can't imagine it's the enemy, because if it was the enemy, they'd blast it out. Even if they were late, they'd blast it. Something strange is going on. For some reason, they don't want to tell the people, and they should, because the people are really, I mean, they happen to be over Bedminster. want to know the truth. They're very close to Bedminster. I think maybe I won't spend the weekend in Bedminster. I've decided to cancel my trip.
Have you received an intelligence briefing on the drones?
I don't want to comment on that.
Have you been
Do you have any reason to think they're...
And that's true. He actually did cancel his trip because of the drones. And he's right. What the fuck is the government hiding from us? This is way too big to just pretend it's nothing. And for all you Trump-hating weirdos out there, if you feel cognitive dissonance to the point where outside looks like an alien invasion and you're still like, at least it ain't Trump, you seriously need to seek help. Here we got news updates for real again with the unchecked news.
Stop scrolling because we got a potential major update on the drone situation in New Jersey. Let's go. So let me introduce you to U.S. Nuclear Regulatory Commission event number 57455. Basically, at the start of December, a bunch of radioactive material was lost in transit in New Jersey. It's kind of hard to read, but if you pause and zoom in, you can see that they mention that the shipping container arrived at its destination empty and damaged. So clearly someone broke into this ship. Here's the thing though, I think the drones have been appearing a little bit longer than this situation, but maybe this is something that's been developing. I mean, I heard whispers that there had been a dirty bomb released somewhere in Eastern America. I don't know, guys. Let me know what y'all think. Have you heard anything about this? I know it's not in the news, obviously. One last thing, if you want to help keep the lines of communication open as we delve into further, go hit the link in bio, support the channel. Love y'all.
And here's the lowdown from 4chan, or is it 8chan now, or 12chan, or Jackie Chan, from the netherworld of the internet. Here's what the nerds have to say. The next false flag will be centered on the premise of malicious interdictions of nuclear source materials. It will not involve a nuclear device or nuclear detonation, but rather a radiological threat. Nuclear source material will be deliberately leaked to target areas to inflict severe injuries through radiation exposure. The real number of casualties as a result of these attacks will remain very low. The purpose is to create a new method of restricting freedom of movement and new policies that will enable the government to continue its expansion of power. The media will display images of attack survivors who will have burns and lesions across their skin. Videos depicting overwhelmed triage centers with victims vomiting, otherwise unresponsive, will be shared on social media. The threat of radiation exposure, an invisible enemy, will be used as the primary actor. An application modeled after COVID contact tracing will be installed on every mobile device that uses iOS or Android. The media will display images of attack survivors who will have burns and lesions across their skin. Videos depicting overwhelmed triage centers with victims vomiting or otherwise unresponsive will be shared on social media. The threat of radiation exposure, an invisible enemy, will be used as the primary actor. An application modeled after COVID contact tracing will be installed on every mobile device that uses iOS or Android. This application will serve to notify the user about potential hazardous exposures and recommended actions they should take, which include voluntary exposure testing. Additionally, cellular carriers will roll out automated SMS alerts that will have similar functionality. This application will interface directly with the UICC on mobile devices. If the user does not have this application installed, network connectivity will be prohibited. New policy will grant governmental agencies further access to metadata and geolocation data on every platform. Included in these policies will be backdoor legislation that bans the use of end-to-end encryption. This legislation will be identical in nature to the recently introduced S3538 Earn It Act. These attacks will be localized to a specific region. triage centers will be set up in the affected areas through the deployment of the National Guard and coordinating members such as FEMA. These triage centers will see moderate traffic. The narrative will continue longer than any possible threat. Despite offering no protection or even relevancy against a radiological threat, you will see another wave of people wearing cotton surgical masks in not just the target areas, but the entire United States. There will be severe disruptions to the internet through the use of addition rather than negation. Alternative sources of information will become overwhelmed with content generated by convoluted neural networks that support the narrative or use a carefully crafted opposition. Platforms that are incompatible with this system will be suppressed entirely on the infrastructure level. There will be organic service disruption as a result of excess traffic. Videos will surface showing these triage centers empty with the personnel staff and them idle. This will threaten the narrative. The control of information is required for the campaign to be successful. This perpetration will not be an Islamic affiliated group or evil incel domestic terrorist group. It will have no relevance to the ongoing Ukraine conflict, but the blame will fall on all of these groups. The fog of war will surround information relating to the origin, and this will be intentional. The real attacks will be psychological. Fear will be exploited just like the manufactured response to COVID-19. Are your eyes open yet?
Open your eyes!
Oh my dear God, Jesus. Oh God.
Well, maybe this will help. Here's footage of people's car radio going bonkers in Staten Island and New Jersey. Yup. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it right now. I will not be getting the UFO vaccine. And here's another video out in New Jersey. This one is a triangular-shaped drone spotted close up in Neptune. And here's how you can secure your home from drone intrusions.
But I think I could
all you need is some innovation and some online courses from MIT, which are free. Link below. And some pretty basic electronics tools and a weapon of your choice. And a whole lot of time and programming your own AI motion tracking. And this could be yours. Or, alternatively, you could just go rooftop Koreans with it, Future Warfare Edition, and post up with the whole family upstairs for target practice, sniping drones out of the sky above your neighborhood. Also, instead of taking over a radio station, we're gonna have to use Facebook. Future Warfare is fucking gay. Sorry, bros. I don't know the exact date of this one, but what I do remember is that this is one of the more recent ones, and it happened over Florida. Here's a helicopter chasing these things in the sky. I want to talk to that helicopter pilot. What did you see up there? Was the ball of light in front of you, or were you chasing nothing? If those things are deeper in space, it would have been to the left of the pilot instead of the front of him. But to the guy on the ground, it would have looked like they were flying in tandem. So, what the hell are they? And that's the end, folks. I could keep going. I have hours more of this shit that I've compiled, but I need to get cracking editing and chopping this episode up so I can get it uploaded in time for Christmas morning. To everyone watching this, and especially to my family and friends, including those of you I barely hear from, but especially the ones who I check in with privately every day. I love you all so much. Thank you, everyone who has supported me all this time. And let's all hope we don't die of aliens in the next couple of weeks. That one is weak. Okay. Now that it's over and everyone's gone, it's time for the shit I actually care about. Shameless self-promotion and shilling. Woo! Anyway, since it's fucking Christmas, let's go over the new studio upgrades. This is the part that would be a sponsorship section if I had one. I got new mics and a new mixer. Thanks, Crypto.e. This new setup is seriously so epic, and so is how the studio's coming along. I've been building this up all year and piecing it together on the budget of a homeless person. By the way, I've never revealed this before, but fuck it, let's go. It's Christmas! Would you believe me if I told you I produced this entire show from an outdated iPhone? My live streams are done on a 2013 MacBook Pro, and for all of my video editing, I use a whole plethora of industry secret iPhone-based weapons-grade video editing apps that I run via a 256 gig iPhone 11 Pro. And I'll give you one clue as to what the main program I use is. It's based out of Jerusalem, and they have only 600 employees. That is actually true too, I looked into it. What I do with videography has taken me since 2017 to become what I consider skilled at. And the reason my skills are what they are is actually because I started as the videographer wannabe when I was a street kid armed with only a Google Pixel. and a pit bull. God bless Lolly, my guardian angel. That's what the painting of the dog behind me is, by the way. She was my soulmate. And this whole studio, my YouTube channel, and my nickname Wolf is all really a shrine to my dogs and my own personal elaborate form of dog worshiping. I love my dogs to a degree that borders on religion. Like I said a few seconds ago, since I don't have a sponsor yet, I'm going to use this time slot to just kind of ramble about my life and let you, the viewer, get to know me a little better. Since it's the holiday, I feel it's appropriate. Throughout my entire creative journey, my focus has always been to do the most I can with what little I have. And that's what you're watching, and literally how it got to this point. I'm just stacking one little piece at a time on top of all the other little pieces I've been building on for several years now. And my main tool has been a cell phone this entire time. I'm now offering video editing services that I can hopefully pay some more bills with. So hit me up if you need any help. And on that note, here's my Christmas list. This channel is actively seeking sponsorship and investment. If you're interested, reach out to me. I need funding for advertising and travel money for more serious journalism exposés and documentaries. I need a better, newer computer, and I sure would like a new maxed out iPad Pro, or 3 of them, to edit on instead of my iPhone. But I have everything else. I have the personality and skills to put together my own spicy, let's call it zesty. My own zesty show that is fun to watch. And I've collected an armory of professional grade camera and audio equipment that is all optimized for portability, gonzo journalism, podcasting, and covert ops. If I can bring in some more people, this can become a daily broadcast live show very quickly. I just need some help with the workload in order to produce full-length episodes live instead of post-edit. And I need some MIDI controllers and people to work the quick zooms and cue music and stuff for me. But you guys, I was a professional DJ for 10 years. I absolutely could turn this into a live news broadcast and make it unhinged as fuck if I could just get together a team of like 4 people. Dead ass, it is totally doable. But anyway, I truly work my ass off on this channel, and if you like what you see, I implore you to contact me and talk about collaborating. I would definitely entertain the conversation. I am looking for and considering bringing in business partners. Now officially, and I feel that the channel is finally ready for people to begin joining in on what I'm doing. My confidence has grown in the brand I've been building. So again, contact me if you're interested. Links in the description of this video. I'm most reachable on Instagram and X, but you can also email me, guys, via my cursed item shop in the chat icon on the bottom right corner when you open the link, which again is in the description of this video down below. And as always, buy a painting from tanyasartgallery.com. Get a deal while they last. And until next time, fuck off. I mean, stay cursed. I'm out.
This drone does not have rights. It is not a sentient being. It is controlled by the globalists, and it is a tool. So that I am not against technology, but I am against the technology that they have deployed and developed to replace us. We change our environment as humans. We conquer the elements. We conquer the wild. We're not conquered by other humans playing games as psychotics, and it's the sword of truth that is going to slice through the lies. And our declaration that we are in charge of this planet, not the globalists and not their machines. So to Jeff Bezos and all the globalist technocrats and Tim Cook and their slave camps in China and all their evil they try to cover up with Black Lives Matter, Marxism, and the cop killing, I say to you, your technocracy is dead on arrival. You understand that? We are in charge of the planet, not Soros and not Satan. Do you understand that, Soros? You pathetic maggot. We are in charge, not you. Is that clear? Is that clear? You little maggot and your little maggot son? You understand that? You think you're going to have this fight and have robots win it? No. I have dreams from the time I go to sleep, from the time I wake up. Intense dreams. Total data download. I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's like a lifetime every time I go to sleep. In fact, it's like this world is not even where I live. Last night was like 100 years long. Indescribable.
Merry Christmas to all, and to all, an alien invasion.